All right, we're going to take a look at the if function in Microsoft Excel. And the if function is basically going to return us one value if this our condition is true, and it'll give us another value if it's false. So let's take a look here. We've already started with a little if. Let's clear that out. So here we go. Let's type in equals if. Now, what do I want to do? I want to take this person's grade right here. I want it to look what's here in B2, and I want it to make a judgment. I want it to say, hey, let's say that you're going to pass my class if your grade is greater than or equal to. So we put greater than and then an equal to sign. Greater than or equal to, let's say you got to make an 80. Okay? If you don't make above an 80, you're not passing. So that's the criteria. So if B2 is greater than or 80, what do I want it to say? Put a comma after that statement. I'm going to say, hey, you pass. So right now it's going to look at it and it's going to say, hey, if that's right here in B2, that 92 is greater than or equal to 80, we're going to write the word pass. But what if it doesn't? We're going to write what? The other option is, hey, sorry about that, you fail. So there it says pass. I hit highlight it and say fill down, Control D, and there I have it. It makes a determination whether you pass or fail. So this person made an 88. It was greater than or equal to 80, so you passed. And notice if I change that to 80, it still stays as a pass. If I turn it to a 79, poor Sue failed. Let's take a look at another if. This is a little more complicated here, but what I want to do is I have the people, I have their gender here, and here's the score. Now, all my females, they got started 10 minutes late. So I'm like, hey, I'm going to give you a bonus since you started 10 minutes late. I'm going to give you 10 extra points on your score. So I want to come here. I want to say, hey, equals if. Okay, what do I want to check? I want it to check whether this cell right here, B2, if that B2 happens to equal the word female, I want it to add 10 points to its score. So the first thing it is it's checking, does B2 equal the word female? If it does, what I want to do, I want it to take what's right here in C2 and add 10 points. So I'm going to click that, and then I'm going to say add, let's go 10 points. And then, but what if it doesn't? Well, let's just do this first. Let's just go ahead and do that. And then I hit there. So Caroline had a score of 144. It's now 154 because we added 10. Well, let's see what happens if I hit Control D. Notice it fixes it for all the females, but for all the guys it says false. So I don't really like that. So I want to clean that up. So let's do this. Let's say equals if the cell right here, if that B2 equals the word female, okay, so that's our condition. That's what we're checking for. What do I want to do? I want it to take what's here in C2 and I want to add 10 points. That would be what happens if it's true. Now, what should I have it do if it's not? If it says male, I just want to leave the score. So all I have to do is hit C2 again. It'll just leave the score if it's false. If it's not female, it's simply going to take that score and bring it over. Let's hit return. It worked there. A little Control D for filling down. And let's see. Here's James. He had a 128. James now has a what? 128. Make it look a little prettier there. There we go. But you can see it fixed everything. Here's a male. He had 132. Hey, you don't get a bonus. But above you, Lynn, because they started late, she had a 133, but she got the 10 bonus points. So here's another way to use this if function to help you do things. It just simply checks, hey, if it's true, I'm doing this. And if it's false, I do the second part. There's your if function.